Welcome to California, bros. Oh, dude, we're gonna smoke a fatty and get like super blazed, dude, and go to like the moon and the stars, and we're gonna like the beach, bro, and catch like some sick waves, dude. Do some surfing, bro. Oh, it's gonna be super chill, man. But first, my dad has to do this like stupid, dumbass car race. Dude, at this place called Laguna Seca. I call it Laguna Sucka because it's gonna super sucka, dude. It's gonna be so gnar, bro. It's gonna be super gnarly, super turbo gnar, bro. It's like he's probably gonna wreck his car again, dude, and he's gonna be like super PO'd all weekend. It's gonna suck, dude. All right, so what I figured we'd do here is we're gonna go kind of turn by turn, and I'm gonna hop in the car here. And I don't know if you noticed, but Laguna Seca, most of the turns don't have names. So we're gonna give them names. You guys cool with that? I hope you're cool with that. Some of them have names. The ones that do, we're just gonna suggest. We're gonna make some suggestions. I couldn't be happier to be broadcasting to you from the fabulous fabric softener Formula Renault 3.5. Just a beautiful livery. We'll have time to show it off later. I recently mapped switches for my ignition and starter onto my wheel, like a true super turbo nerd sim racing idiot. So I'm excited about that. We missed turn one. If you didn't notice it, that's fine. I didn't either because it's not a turn. Turn one is not a turn. Doesn't have a name. It's not getting a name. It's bullshit. It's called turn one. It's a small kink in a straightaway. So this is turn two. It's called the Andretti hairpin. I dread the Andretti hairpin. It's you can't really tell, but you can tell from this angle. It's going downhill pretty hard, huh? Well, we learned from Barber a little bit about physics and momentum. When you're going downhill fast and trying to stop, you can't stop fast. It's a very hard turn, very hard to get it right. So you're braking really hard into here. As you can imagine, with cold tires, on lap one, turn one, everybody's like super nervous. This area here is an absolute murder scene. So that's why I propose we rename it to Charles Manson hairpin. Charles Manson, of course, famously from California. You don't know who he is. He had like some murder death cult. He was not a good dude. But yeah, it's usually a crime scene here at the first lap. And so that is, I think, appropriate. We call it Charles Manson curve. Also, if you don't get it right, it can really kill your lap times. So again, if you don't know who Charles Manson is, look it up, but you just missed a super dope joke. This is turn three. I'm gonna call it wine country. This turn super sucks. I don't like this turn. I never get this turn right. It's awkward, it's off camber, it's flat, there's no grip. So I'm gonna call it wine country. Of course, California's famous for its wonderful wines, but it's impossible to drive through this turn without feeling drunk. So we're calling that wine country. Next up, you're trying to claw back time. Your hopes aren't totally dashed. You still believe this could be a good lap. So we're gonna call this next corner Hollywood, okay? You know, a lot of people think they're gonna make it. They go out to Hollywood, they got the dream, they got the stars in their eyes. They're gonna be the next Brad Pitt. They're gonna be the next Angelina Jolie. They're gonna be the next insert 90s reference here, I'm old. Turn four, Hollywood, right? Because yeah, you screwed up in turn three. You blew it in wine country, right? You didn't get the turn right. That's fine. It's not possible to get that turn right, but you're gonna make up for it here. Your dreams of a great lap are still possible, right? But no, actually not. You're probably gonna screw it up. You're gonna overdrive it, and you're gonna wind up waitressing or doing porn. That's what most people end up doing. You have this really short straightaway, of course, not long enough to pass anyone. That's a common theme at Laguna Seca. It's impossible to pass here. So just get that through your soul. Get it in there. You can't pass at Laguna Seca. It's not possible. Qualify well, turn some laps, don't bin it, which is also barely possible. And you'll be fine. This is turn 5, and it really kind of sneaks up on you. It's a sneaky little turn. The braking mark, or the brake reference, is way to the right. Your mark for your turn-in is way to the left. The apex is the left. It's a sneaky little turn. You gotta be really silky smooth through here, man. You gotta be silk. You gotta be butter. So we're calling it Snoop Doggy Dog Turn. You gotta have the silky smooth flow. It's sneaky. Snoop Dogg. You guys get it? That's another dope joke. Snoop Dogg Turn. I think these are gonna stick. Also, it's really easy to spin out here, and don't get your wheels off at all into the sand or you're dead. This next turn, as you can see, totally blind. And it's a hucker. You really gotta huck it. You gotta huck it left. Once you hit this 2-board here, you huck it left, and then you dip into this like pit. It requires immense courage. One would even say, in a pre-PC culture, it takes balls. So we're gonna call this turn Moose Knuckle. Now, you may not know what a moose knuckle is. Well, do you know what a camel toe is? If you don't, I'll explain it. A camel toe is like if a lady wears really tight yoga pants, but they're a little too tight, and it's just a little too tight in the crotchal region, and you can kind of see the outline of the Virginia. You know what I'm talking about? The Virginia down there. It's called a camel toe. I don't know if you can see that. Don't work too hard at visualizing it. If you can't, it's not a big deal. Well, the moose knuckle is the male version of that. It's like if I was wearing really tight yoga pants, which I do every time I race. So just now you have that in your mind forever. I'm wearing super tight yogi pants, and the seam in the bottom of the crotch of the pants is going right in between lefty and righty testicles. So it's splitting your testicles. You got a testicle on the left of the seam, testicle on the right. It's a moose knuckle. It's like a camel toe, but bigger. Moose knuckle. It takes huge balls. It's awkward. It's not pretty. Moose knuckle. Now, of course, we're coming up to the legendary corkscrew, and we can keep calling it corkscrew. That's fine. It's so hard to get this right. It's another blind one. Really hard to find a brake reference. It's a rush when you get it right and when you get it wrong. If you lock up your brakes, you're just going to slide off into the sand. The sand won't stop you because this is iRacing, so you're just going to slide into the barriers. You're dead. It's a very risky turn. If you want to be fast, you got to take a risk. So I propose, what if we called it Gold Rush? Now, those of you who don't know American history, California is known for the Gold Rush, right? So about 1849 or so, everybody figured out there's gold in them Nar Hills. See all these hills? There's gold in them. Well, there isn't any more. We sucked it all out of there. But back in the day, you had hopes and dreams of making it big, but you had to take risk. You had to go out west. You had to settle the West, right? You could strike it rich and get through here like super smooth and get a great lap time. Or you could go bust, wind up in a wall, and your dreams are dashed. Gold Rush. I think it's appropriate. Now, this next one is called Rainy Curve. And I honestly can't think of a better name for it. If you guys have a better idea for this one, it's awkward in this car. It really sucks in this car. You can't take it flat. I wish you could. You have to kind of work the throttle. It never feels good to go through. It does in other cars, but not this one. I don't know what to name it, man. But this next one, this is my favorite turn maybe of any racetrack ever. You gotta smash the brakes. You do another huck down here, and it's like, we'll see one at speed next time around. But it's massively downhill. It's massively downhill, and it has this little kink in it. So I propose we call it Death Valley. You gotta take it at massive amounts of speed, and you gotta really huck it in there. And if you don't get it right, you die. So Death Valley, of course, is a feature of California. And so I think Death Valley is good. It's kind of a valley down here. Obviously, it's downhill. If you don't get it right, you die. And Death Valley. So we're coming up on the final turn, turn 11, one of my least favorite turns in the iRacing platform, because there's no freaking grip. Once again, it's a downhill braking zone, just like Charles Manson hairpin. There, see, that wasn't that hard. We've already done it. I propose we call this turn Rancho Cucamonga. That is a real city in the state of California. Rancho Cucamonga. It's a Native American word, which means sandy ranch. Sandy ranch. There's no grip. It's like you're sliding on sand. I don't think I've ever taken this turn right ever once in my life. If I have, well, I'd be surprised because it's never felt good ever. Rancho Cucamonga. Here's the non-existent turn 1 that we're not going to name. I'm calling this turn 0 or turn null pointer exception. A little joke for the geeks out there. That is very typical. Lock up them brakes. Oh my god. I think this is actually my spa setup. This is absolutely not going to work. But that is not misrepresenting what will happen coming out of Charles Manson death zone. Already feel drunk. This wine country. And here comes Hollywood. I can still salvage the lap. I swear I can. Oh, you'll spin out there and hit the barriers on the right. I don't know why I'm over there. Snoop Dogg. That was not silky smooth. I would get shot in a drive-by for that performance. That might have been racially sensitive. This is Moose Knuckle. I think I just proved my yoga pants there. Gold Rush. I shifted into first for no reason. This is definitely my spa setup. Rainy Curve. Again, help me out with the name on that one. Death Valley. Here I did. I washed out into Death Valley. Do you see how there's no grip right there? Like, my friggin' Toyota Prius would have regained grip there. There's something wrong with this game. There is something wrong with it. All I'm trying to do is get to turn 11, man. Rancho Cucamonga, bro. Oh, dude. Dad, are you done with your race yet, dude? We want to go surfing, bro. It's gonna be all beach break by the time we get there, bro. We're not even gonna... I'm glad I don't have kids. Again, I just want to reiterate, it was hard for me to make this video because I actually really love this track. But it's impossible to pass here. So, I hope you had a good week. I know this is coming out after everybody's probably working on Spa at this point, but it needed to be documented, I think, these proposed names for turns. I hope you all have a good time practicing at Spa, and we're going to see you out there. I think I got a pretty sexy Spa setup for y'all. Of course, I'm not fast there because I'm not fast anywhere, but I wish everybody the best. Keep plugging away, man, and we'll see you next week with Spa-Francorchamps. Let's just see if I can get this one right. I guess I didn't. I love you all.